Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Chef HD. Today we're making one of my favorite breads of all time, the Classic French Baguette. And we're not stopping there. I'm going to show you how to make one of my new favorite sandwiches, a classic French sandwich called Jambon-Beurre. 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 Jambon.
Jambon.
Jambon. Jambon-Beurre.
Jambon.
Jambon-Beurre.
Servez-moi un sandwich.
Basically, a ham and butter sandwich on a baguette. That's it. Stupid American. Alright guys, so for our brine, we're going by the weight of our meat. Our pork loin's 8.5 pounds. We got 6 quarts of water. We're going to start with half of that. We're going to mix in all of our ingredients, starting with 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 cup of salt, and 1.5 tablespoons of curing salt. For our spices, we got 1 tablespoon of ground mustard, 3 or 4 bay leaves crushed, some mixed peppercorns, 1 cinnamon stick just snapped in half. I gotta admit, I went a little overboard on the coriander. I used about 2 tablespoons. I would cut it back, maybe about a tablespoon. And 1 orange, zested. We're gonna bring that 3-quart mixture up to a boil. And we're gonna add in the remaining 3 quarts to cool it down. So I picked up a really nice Berkshire Center Cut Pork loin from the market. This thing was amazing. It had great marbling inside. I just split it in half, just to be able to fit into my container. I gave it a light score on the fat, and then cover it with the cool down brine. Just make sure the brine's cooled down completely. So the next day I had to pull mine out because I didn't have one of those flavor injector needles. So I went to pick one up the next day and just pulled it out, gave it a few shots of that good juice, and no big deal.
Enchanté.
Alright, so this baguette dough mixture is exactly the same as my sourdough episode. So if you need to pick it up, just go back and watch that episode. The only difference was that I cut the recipe in half and I added about a tablespoon of that malted barley flour, just because it's a shorter cooking time, and this helps our baguette get its beautiful brown crust. So I got my Traeger loaded up with cherry wood pellets, and I got it preheated at 180 degrees. Alright guys, so the ham is in the smoker. Pork came out beautiful. The brine smells great. We got about 3 to 4 hours, so it's perfect amount of time. The last 20 minutes, I'm going to crank the heat up to 350-ish. Get some color on that bad boy. We're going to make a little glaze for the outside of that thing. Let's get to forming these baguettes out and get them in the oven. It's all a waiting game at this point. We know what to do. Let's get to it. split the dough into 4 equal portions here. They came out to about 200 grams each. Just fold the dough into itself like that, like a loose ball basically. And then we're gonna let them rest for about 20 minutes. Alright, so we're going to need something to wrap our baguettes in, or to fold our baguettes into. This is a traditional cooch. It's a French word. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But you can find it on breadtopia.com. We're not a sponsor. Just I use them a lot for my bread supplies. You want to coat that in some rice flour. And then just watch how I start rolling out these baguettes from the center and gently go towards the ends and then give it a nice like pinch at the ends. That gives us our nice little corners, our nice little crunch. Fold over your French blanket. Keep them nice and tight in there. You don't want to squeeze too tight, but you want to press them up against each other. I used a little semolina on my pizza steel. That protects the bottom of our crust from burning. It also gives a nice little texture as well. That's my new favorite lamb, by the way. I switched from that little stick. This one you have a little more control with, and I feel like the razor's a little sharper too, but that just might be. All right, guys, we got the baguettes in the oven. They're looking really good. We got another about like 15 minutes in the oven. We'll pull those out. I got one more loaf to bake. After that, we're gonna let those cool down. And then we're gonna go back to looking at our smoked ham. We're gonna have our classic sandwich from Paris, the Jambon-Beurre. Ham and butter, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, now it's time for our glaze. We got 1 cup of soy sauce, 1 cup of mirin, and some fresh squeezed orange juice. 1 cup of molasses. I used 1 dried chili. They're really spicy. 1 cup of rice vinegar, 1 cup of spicy mustard, 1/4 cup of Grand Marnier, some salt and pepper. Let that come up to a boil and reduce a little bit. And then we're going to thicken it up with some cornstarch, a little slurry. Bring that up to a boil again and taste it, and we're ready to go. Okay, so this is the last 30 minutes of cook time on the ham. First, we're gonna glaze the top side, but we're gonna close the lid, let it cook for another 10 minutes, then flip them over, give that side another generous slathering, and close it back up, let it crisp up a little bit, and pull it, and we're ready to go. Definitely have to let this meat rest for about a half an hour to 45 minutes. Let all the juices settle in there. You'll thank me later. Overall, it came out pretty good. I mean, the crust is dope. The flavor, I know, is gonna be crazy. The smell is great. So let's cut into this bad boy, and we're gonna smear it up with butter. We're gonna carve our ham, and we're gonna make a killer sandwich. Let's do it. But look at that slice, bro. Damn, I'm good. Look at that shit. All right, and it's so juicy, dude. It's so juicy. Oh shit. Wow, at the end I really pick up the coriander. The soy from the glaze is really good. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh. Alright guys.
Check that bad boy out. Oh. Yes. That's it right there. Alright. You ready? I mean, it's not a messy sandwich. This is a pretty simple, basic sandwich, so you don't have to get the stance going, but. Holy shit. You guys, we got it. That's it. The baguette is on point. The ham, I mean, I've been just eating and eating and eating. So this is it's really good. You really get the quality butter. I'm gonna take this sandwich. I'm gonna go over in the corner and I'm gonna make love to this thing. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Oh my God.